Alright guys, so like I said, we're gonna go ahead and give you guys a rundown on how I accomplished the conversion from the fully faired, or I guess it was a half fairing on the front of the bike, and converting it to the naked style. Alright, so let's start here. This headlight right here, got off of Amazon. I'm going to leave the link in the description for you guys, so you guys can go there if you want to pick it up. You can, if not, whatever, you can still get a headlight of pretty much any size. Excuse me. That you can put on there and do your thing. So, yeah, that's what that is. The actual the reason I actually ended up doing this initially was because someone slammed on brakes in front of me and cracked my fairing on the front. So I was like, all right, I'm just gonna order the new fairing. I ordered it, and I actually was like, man, well, I got it all broken down. I looked at it and I was like, man, I like the naked look. So, you know, I went ahead and did it. So, you know, you get your headlight, whatever, right? Now, I got my stock gauge cluster over here. Bear with me, guys. I'm gonna give you the full rundown. Alright. So, that right there. So, you know, you guys know the Bandit comes with that right there, right? And that's inside of the fairing right here. Looks a little bit worse than what it is, but you know, bear with me. This is the fairing that, this is the fender that was on there that cracked. But yeah, so, you know, all this stuff still snaps back into place and everything. But I just got to sit here right now. So yeah, so you take this whole piece off. It's really not that hard. Most of the stuff just pops out. There's a couple screws, like I was screwing here on both sides, and you know, that kind of thing. But yeah, so when you take this off, guys, I'm just gonna leave you guys a bunch of good hints and tricks for when you want to do it. Then you'll kind of have the rundown on things to expect. So when you take this off, you're gonna have to get into these wires. So there was a sleeve on this little wiring thing. My bad, I'm trying to do this with one hand, but yeah, there was a sleeve on this. And what I did, the most effective way I could figure it out, is I went wire by wire, and I checked it wire by wire. So I found the negative and positive with the multimeter, and then, you know, I made sure we had power. Then I'm sorry, not the negative and positive, the positive and ground. The power and ground. So anyways, so I got power to the unit. I went one thing at a time, you know, switched it on, and then you know, I would look on the gauge and see, you know, what wasn't working, what was working, and I found out what every wire was. Made my own diagram, so good thing I just had this laying around, right? So guys, this is what we came up with, as far as, like, you know, what colors came from here and what they were going to. So that's how we did that. The particular gauge cluster that I got came with this, and yeah, on here it had, you know, everything laid out, so we were able to match it up pretty close. I'm gonna be honest with you guys, I don't know if it's the gauge cluster or you know what, but it's not really working that good. I'm just keeping it real, man. It's really not working that good. But so yeah, man, we had to come in here, get down here. We had to come in here and rewire everything. I got it kind of tucked up and zip tied, so I'm actually not going to take it loose. But this is where the bulk of the wires are. I'm just tucking it behind the headlight. Looks pretty clean. I mean, it's not the cleanest, but it's good enough. But yeah, ran that to there. Now, when you take off this fairing. In there, you're gonna have this as your, I want to say high beam or low beam, one of them, and then there's one of them. So that one of those are high beams, one of them low beams. So yeah, all you gotta do is unplug that, and it plugs right up into the headlight. I mean, the same type of prong. Might have a bottom port on it, three prong, but it's the same type of setup. I mean, that's the easy part. Let's see, I had to get these whatever. You see them from right here. These go over to the turn signals that were on the fairing. So yeah, we figure all that out. Like I said, it's not that big of a deal, not that hard to do. The light I got in particular, that came with turn signal. So let me show you. So here's the light. You hit the turn signal over here. So you got the turn signals on the actual headlight. So I didn't even go as far as to put turn signals on the side because I like it kind of cleaner on the front, and it just turned out nice the way it was, so I didn't really need to. So that was that. A few little tricks I did. They have, let me show you over here. They have wires that were running to the side of the headlight, that's just on the front. Let me see if I can show you. On the front of this headlight, over here on this side, and over here on this side, those lights are orange, and they're just like running lights. They turn on with the headlight, so they're permanently on light. So what I did was, or you can get creative with it depending on the headlight you get, but like let's say I wanted just these to light up and not the middle. I guess technically I could still run that permanent wire to these, and then have, you know, my headlight on a toggle. I mean, you know, you can get creative on it however you want to, but that's just how I did it. But yeah, I mean, it was pretty simple. All in, I mean, shit, you just got to get, you know, your headlight, figure out what kind of headlight you want. You're gonna have to find out a different mirror solution. I went with bar ends because I like the way that they look. So that's pretty easy. And the biggest thing is the speedo. See that, the green part down there, right down here, that's where the headlight plugs in. So, pretty easy setup. I mean, you know, you just got to be creative with wiring. But the best way to figure out the wiring from the stock gauge is going to be to just test it. Find your ground first, find your positive first. Have my dad come over to help me out with that. He knows more about the multimeter than I do. But once you find your ground and your power, then you should be able to test, you know, connect two wires that you think are going to be according to your wiring diagram that you get with your gauge, and then just turn the bike on, see what you got. You know, you gotta have to do a little bit of testing. Just to give you guys a little look-see what I got. It's really not. Let me get you the neutral. But let's just make this easier for everybody. Get on the bike. Because I just filled it up, so the gas isn't even working. I found the fuel on the other one, the gas isn't even working. So, you know, that's gonna take some figuring out to do. Neutral's working. time set up, the miles per hour is way off. So what I do is I just put my phone on my retina, and I got miles per hour right there. I use that for the RPMs to start. RPMs work good. You're good with that. But I mean, yeah, so it's pretty self-explanatory. You are going to have to be able to do some creative wiring, but if you can manage that, then I think you'll be good, man. But that's what it is, man. I mean, that's how I converted my 2016 Bandit 1250 S ABS to make it. I like it a lot better. People often complain about like the wind. Man, I'll be honest with you guys, man, it's really not that big of a difference, man. But I guess, you know, you feel how you feel on it, whatever. But I don't have a problem with it, man. I think it's dope. I love it. But hopefully you guys enjoyed this video, man. Hit that subscribe button, man. Support your guy, man. I got a GoPro coming in, so I'm gonna do some riding videos. We'll go some places and see some things, and I'll give you guys a rundown on you know, how much I like the bike and how it performs, and maybe we'll go test drive some other bikes too. Get you guys the view on this side. But yeah, man, hit the subscribe button, man. Go ahead and you know, support the YouTube channel, man. All right, I'm outie.